Hello, hello. I am Heather, aka Planner Mumsy. Join me as we go through my passport planner options for 2025. Stay tuned. Hey everyone. I have talked about the fact that I definitely was going to stick with a passport planner for my on-the-go planner. Just because it's nice and small and compact, it fits in a lot of my small bags. I'm kind of more of like a medium to small bag type of person, unless say I go to the doctor and I need like a big tote because I have to bring everything. Otherwise, I prefer kind of a nice small form factor type on-the-go planner. Currently this year I am using the Sterling Ink Common Planner, and this particular one is the horizontal compact full year, and you can see that there, and I have it in this gorgeous Libertaz leather cover, and see how just like small and sleek this is. And so this little planner just like slides into so many of my bags. Sorry about that, my dogs are yippy because people are doing stuff outside, and so they're seeing them outside and they're barking at everything. I got two different planners. I actually technically got three, but I got two from the same company and then one from a different company, and we're going to go through them. I haven't 100% decided which one I'm keeping yet, to be completely transparent, but I have, I think, a rough idea, and we'll talk about why. Okay, so setting the one that I'm currently using aside, so I did purchase two of the Sterling Ink, and I got both the horizontal and the vertical. Now, no, cover color doesn't super matter because, as you can see, for the most part, I slide my cover in the front and the back anyway. So it doesn't really, the cover itself doesn't really matter. But this one is I already opened this. This one is the horizontal, and this is in the mulberry, which is, oh my goodness. It's a stunning color. I'm just going to say that. And then the second one that I got is in the linen color, and this one is the vertical. Now, this particular one is the horizontal, and this is what the horizontals look like. I don't actually use the weekly part of it. I've talked about this before. I am definitely more of a, I wish I could find a actually printed passport day free. If I was savvy enough, I'd make my own, but you know, there's so many people out there making planners right now that it's a risk. It's a huge risk because it's a lot of money up front. It's a lot of work, and there's so many companies that have so much more clout than I do with my little channel here that I just don't think I would sell a whole lot. I see a lot of new planner companies emerging in the market from influencers, and I mean, I'm just being straight up front. There's such a flooded market now that not everybody's going to do well, and to me that's just too much risk to take. As much as I would love to have my own planner, I just don't feel like I would sell enough to make it worthwhile. So, little bunny trail. But these are the Sterling Ink passports, and so it's super cloudy out today. I have a lot of light on. This one, they're both coming off totally different colors than they really are, to be honest. So the mulberry is coming off very red, but to be honest, to the eye, it has a lot of sort of warm purpley, burgundy undertones. And let me shut my light off and let's just see if when I do that, if it makes any difference, or if it just gets so dark. Well, to be honest, that is closer to the color. You can definitely see more of those purple undertones there. But it is still a little bit deeper than you're seeing in this lighting. And then the linen is definitely a little bit darker as well. It's somewhat bright coming off in the camera here too. But let's get into the inside of them and really just kind of take a look and look at the differences between the two before we get into the other option that I purchased. So this particular one, all of Sterling Inc.'s planners, which I appreciate this tremendously, because it's one of those things that bothered me about other planners that I've used, that I want to say like the Wonderland is the same, where the months kind of follow the weeks and you have to like sift through the whole planner to get to your monthlies. I don't like that. Yes, I know you can put in tabs to make it easier to get to those months, but it's not what I prefer. Could I live with it if it was the only option that I could find? Absolutely. But there's so many options out there, so I don't have to live with it. So her monthlies are in the beginning, as you can see, and her monthlies are definitely a little bit darker. Well, the whole planner is a little bit darker than it was last year, and we can look at that. It's not tremendous. So for those of you that are upset and complaining that suddenly it's darker and you don't like that, it's not that bad. It's really, it's not that big of a deal. It's just enough so that for those of us with old eyes, we're gonna be able to see it a little bit better, but it's not such a huge difference that it's so bold, that you won't be able to just adjust it and do whatever you want with it. So you can kind of see the difference there. The lines are just a little bit more pronounced than they were. I prefer it. I think that that was a perfect change for her, and I appreciate that. So everything else is pretty much the same. She's got her monthly here. She has 2 blank pages. Then it goes into all of her like goal stuff. So these are the goals, and it's so whited out on the camera it's hard to see. And then and then this is new, this one, which a lot of people asked for. So this is actually great. This will, for me, is actually perfect for birthdays. And then her quarterly goals, and then it goes right into the monthlies, and then it goes into this particular one is the vertical. So it goes into the weeklies, and this is what her vertical looks like. You can see that there. And then once her verticals are done, she has a good amount of pages in the back. So you can see there's a good bit of pages here in the back. So here's, for me, where my brain goes for an on the go. So I don't tab mine. I just keep I keep one little thing here in for the monthly, and then I keep one little Midori metal tab for wherever I am on the inside of the planner. And I honestly use mine for just either jotting notes or there's like food lists in here. Like you can see when I go to the grocery store, I don't even like I don't pay any attention to this at all. I literally just write out the list. And so I got both because I couldn't decide. Do I want to stick with what I've had? Unfortunately, the gold edges sold out in like 2 minutes. So I wasn't able to get the gold edges for the mulberry. But to be honest, I'm sort of leaning towards the linen anyway because of the fact that the linen is the vertical. And I just feel like this would be kind of easier to just use as a blank page versus the lines going across. I think this is more aesthetic to me to just basically use as a blank page and completely ignore the dates and put whatever I want in these pages. So I'm leaning towards the vertical anyway between these two. But I do love this color. And so, spoiler alert, my plan is to try. I don't know if I'll succeed, but I'm going to try to have fast fingers on Sunday. I'm going to get, as my main planner, which is always B6, that's my jam, that's my size. I'm going to get a B6 in the mulberry, and I'm with the gold edges. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get the vertical and I'm going to get the horizontal. I don't think that the mulberry comes in the horizontal. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm going to get both and I'm going to see which one I prefer. And basically, you know, like, what do? Like, I pick the one that works for me and I just sell the others. Like, that's just how I roll because, obviously I don't need to have 2 pocket planners. I only need one, but I really need to, like, I need to see it and I need to touch it and I need to know, okay, this is the one that I want. Okay, what was the other one that I purchased to try and see if it's something that I wanted? I'm actually going to take it out of this cover. I purchased the Creeffective, and I'm going to just show you all the little things. It came with all this stuff. I did not do an unboxing. She had this cute little ribbon, the sticker. I got this little freebie. I did a group order with Knock Knock, and she actually sent all these cute little freebies of her own, like, and did this, like, I mean, super creative, and I appreciate her for doing that for us. And like, this was her receipt. It's just really cute. There's so much good about this planner. I'm just gonna say that, because I don't like, this is not in any way, shape, or form a bashing what I'm about to talk about here. I love the cover. It's super hard. Like, look how thick that is. Okay. Absolutely love that. It's sort of this, like, I don't know. It's like a velvety type material. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Like, the writing on it is really pretty. It's pretty minimal, you know, but it's just classy. It's really nice. And there are so many positives about this planner. There really is. And I have really hemmed and hawed because there's a couple things that, if it were XYZ, I think I would have chosen this over the common planner. But there's a couple things that are just deal breakers for me. And I'm going to go over that, you know, so that we can talk about it and kind of compare. So this is one of the deal breakers for me. And so it's a pocket planner. Okay, let's be realistic. It's small already from the start. And I need to maximize the amount of space that I have in such a small planner. Trying to get to my monthly here on the Sterling ink so we can compare. But see what she did? She left this huge amount of space here, which really super minimizes your writing space in your monthly. And Sterling ink only leaves a bit of space on the bottom. So, like, look at the square differences in, like, the monthly squares. There's a huge difference for me, personally. I have fat, big handwriting. Now, again, this is 110% personal preference. It's only because of me, you know, it's because my handwriting is big. I need as much real estate as I can get. This is why I do not buy Hobonichis anymore, because they take up that real estate on the bottom of the page with their quotes. And to me, it's a deal breaker. And that doesn't mean that this is a deal breaker for you. So I just don't want you to think I'm bashing Creeffective, because I'm not. I think she did a wonderful job with this planner. There's so many things that I do like about it. But this, I think, ultimately is why I decided I can't use this planner. There's two reasons, and we'll get into it. But so that was one. I do love the stuff like she does. I'll show you. So she has her 2025 overview. Then she has this for her, I guess, like goal planning or future planning. And then she has this one. I really love this particular setup, and I think I could like think of all these things that I could use this for, and I wish this was in my other planners. So definitely in like those things that she put in there. And then so she goes into her monthlies, and then it goes from her monthlies right into her weeklies, and this is what her weeklies look like. And you can see for me like how this would work out, because I'd have like this whole page that I could make lists and stuff, and then I'd still just have like this amount of space that I could do whatever. And it has a really nice little to-do over here, and it has the monthly overview on every single week. I actually do enjoy that. I like how she planned out her weeklies. But so my other issue, which I could get past this one, my other issue is that her monthlies and her weeklies march out together, and I just don't prefer that. I prefer to have all of my monthlies at the beginning of my planner. So then this goes into February. And then obviously it's going to march out the weeks for February. So then it goes all the way through that way to the back, finding December here. And then you have this many pages that are blank. Now, she does not use Tomoe river paper. This is a bigger, thicker GSM paper. That's not a deal breaker for me, actually. As much as I do love Tomoe river paper, for my on-the-go planner, it's not a deal breaker because I'm not using fountain pens generally for my on-the-go planner. So that doesn't matter. But what does matter is the thickness makes a huge difference for me. And obviously when you don't use Tomoe River paper, your book gets tremendously thicker. And so look at the difference here. So when I put it in my cover, just without actually putting it in, I have this amount of thickness in my cover versus this amount of thickness. So you see, there's just, that's another huge thing for me, that this one isn't really going to fit a lot of my bags. It's going to be too thick, and it's just that thinness is actually kind of a deal breaker for me. I really need that. And the two things are the real estate in the monthly here and the thickness. Those were the two reasons why I decided not to go with the Creeffective planner for my on the go. But I will tell you, I mean, I think this planner is gorgeous, and I think she did a tremendous job on it. I really can appreciate it. And again, I'm not really sure how, you know, you would fix the thickness issue, you know, without like getting rid of those back pages. And to be honest, you know, everybody wants those back pages. I know I do, because I like to have them, you know, for different things. So without really going with Tomoe River paper, there's not a lot that she can do to make this planner thinner, you know, so that it works better, you know, for me. And it's a bummer, because I really I love the cover. I love the aesthetic. I really enjoy a lot of the stuff that she put in the front. I don't like the real estate for the monthlies, and I don't like the fact that the monthlies are not all in the front of the planner. That is totally personal preference. I get that. Not everybody is interested in that, and you know, that's totally fine. I mean, we need to do what works for us in our planners. I could get past that though. Like, you know, had she maximized her real estate in this pocket, then I think I could have just gotten past the fact that she didn't do that with her monthlies, and I just would have to tab it and you know, make a workaround to make it work for me, and I would have been okay with that. But the thickness and the lack of real estate in the monthly are the reason why I'm not going with this. But otherwise, absolutely gorgeous planner, great job. But so now I have to decide. I think I'm leaning towards the vertical. I know that this mulberry would sell fast because it sold out really quickly. And I think probably for that reason as well, I think it would be a better idea for me to just stick with the vertical one, which is what I'm leaning towards. And like I said, the cover color doesn't matter, because I put the front and back covers in all of my, you know, planners, any planner covers anyway. Like, I do it like this, so you don't ever end up really even seeing it in mine, because I cover it anyway. Like so, if I could get it in without hurting it, there we go. So that's how I do it, just like that. And I mean, it's a nice sort of slim profile, and then this fits in pretty much every bag that I own with absolutely no issues. Yeah, so those are the comparisons. I definitely will be doing a video once I do get my B6s, and we'll be deciding real time again on which one I'm going to go with. If you are interested in the Creeffective, And I'm just going to make the decision. If you're interested in the Creeffective pocket in this sort of like slate gray color, it's a gorgeous planner. If the things that I talk about don't bother you, then hit me up. You can email me at plannermumsy@gmail.com. And the same for this Mulberry. Both of them will be up for sale, and I'm making the decision. This is the one I'm going to be keeping. So let me know. But if you guys have any other questions, definitely, you know, drop it in the comments. I just thank each and every one of you for joining my channel. I know I have a lot of new subscribers that have come on recently, and thank you guys for believing in me and wanting to kind of follow me along in my journey. I have a lot coming. I'm just gonna say that. I'm trying to keep most of it on the down low for right now, but I have a lot of content coming, and it's going to be different. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to give it away, but there is definitely a lot coming out, and I'm excited to bring it to you guys coming up here. And I'm trying to start focusing on doing some things that are a little bit more unique, and so that I'm somewhat setting myself apart from some of the other people in the community, just so that I'm offering something different, because there's lots of us here, and I think that's great, and I think there's space for all of us, but I definitely am trying to think outside of the box and offer you guys some content that might be a little bit different than what you're necessarily used to seeing. So stay tuned. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!